that's the part I don't like. Like, listen, you gotta be cold. You gotta be cold for at least a couple weeks at a time, man.
Well, see, it makes you appreciate. They give us a couple of cold days, and then they let us appreciate the warm days.
Well,
you know,
I need a couple more days to do some more appreciating. Okay, I'm cold, man.
What's up, Orlando? You guys, this is Peace on the Streets radio show. We are getting ready for our first annual Stop the Violence event.
That's right, baby.
It's going to be jumping off, you guys, this Sunday. You guys, you all out there don't have anything to do. We're going to be trying to feed over 250 people for free.
Well,
That's what's up.
it's happening.
Real meals. We ain't talking about no hot dogs and hamburgers.
That's
We're
right.
talking about jerk chicken, barbecue chicken, barbecue baked beans. And I went to different businesses and told them, hey, this is what we're doing in the neighborhood. Donate me something. So me, old y'all, everybody was trying to give us beans.
Yeah.
I'm like,
not the beans.
I'm like, I'm sick of beans. So I'm not being, we got a new phone system. What you say?
What's up? Let's go.
So I'm saying I'm not trying to be greedy, but please do some macaroni cheese, some macaroni salad, anything else but some more beans.
Right.
We got enough beans, but so we have a lot of different sponsors.
Nice.
So I can run them off right quick.
Let's do it.
Jerry Polite with Boomerang Brothers Beef Stroud. He's gonna be donating something. But with Jerry, he ain't telling me what.
Surprise. It's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, tell me if you got me. But anyway, thank you, Jerry. TNT Barbecue. He's a Memphis guy, and he lives here in Florida. He's gonna be donating something, just like Jerry. He won't tell me what.
Okay.
Jerry gets in trouble, by the way. You know he went to prison, right?
Which one?
No.
Jerry from the Subway commercial. That
Oh,
for actually being a pedophile, right?
That's right.
That's true. That's left field, but that's true.
I'm just saying.
But that wasn't our Jerry.
Jerry.
And we got Jack is macaroni and cheese. Jack is famous macaroni and cheese, so she'll be donating.
Let's go.
Transmission repair. They donated something for us. Mr. Glover with Glover Signs. He fixed the grill for us that I'm able to cook
Oh, wow.
on the house. Thank you, Mr. Glover. We love you, man.
Very nice.
T famous baked beans. So we got some.
I mean, we need big beans.
They're
baked
baked beans.
They're baked beans. All right. And who else we got? Miss Cynthia Harris. She will be speaking.
Beautiful.
She will be speaking, and she helped set everything up for us.
Nice.
What's that? Don Car Wash. Don is going to be offering off a few car washes.
Wow.
He's going to be giving those away.
All right.
So,
Nice.
Can Peace on the Streets, can we be a part of this?
I guess you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in case you need a car wash done, it's out there. It's Don Car
I need
Wash.
one.
Slide by.
Tony Boy performing. He's supposed to perform, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes these artists be a little busy, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
now.
and keep in mind, guys, everyone's volunteering their time, so
Yeah.
just keep in mind.
Yeah. Stop the Album Memphis Style Barbecue will be helping catering it. And Cartis Branding. That's the t-shirt lady.
Yup.
Sierra.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peace on the Streets.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So
That's
she the one,
awesome.
if all of you that you see with the hats and the shirts, she the one that designed.
You can check it out, guys. PeaceOnTheStreets.com.
And we picked up another one today, Mama Baked Soul Food Kitchen.
Yeah.
She's in Old Winter Garden Road, you guys, and she just opened it up.
Okay.
So I went there and she said, I would love to be a part of anything Peace on the Streets does. And she want to cater one of our nights,
Nice.
one
Nice.
of our Wednesday nights.
Okay.
We
So-
can do like that taste test like we do with chefs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's loving it. She loves it.
Yes.
And we have
Sweet.
Nikki Banana Pudding.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Look at that. Dancing. What are you talking about, food?
Nikki, we appreciate you, girl. And Hands of Orlando.
Hands on Orlando. Heck
Partnered
yeah.
with us. They want to have the field where we're going to be at. And you
Nice.
guys got to come
Wow.
out because where it said it's right next on Ivy Lane, next to the liquor store. You won't be able to miss it. Plus, we have big stuff, balloons and stuff out there. In fact, I have a balloon lady that's going to be, remember the balloon lady that came in and set up a thing for Peace on the
Yes.
Street? She's going to be setting up something there for us
She's
too.
impressive. I would love to do interviews with that as well. And they're all going to be here at the event Sunday.
She's not going to be there Sunday. Everybody else is going to be there.
Got it.
She's not because she has an event to do Sunday, but she's doing ours Saturday. She does. She
Can
told
you give
me-
us the address, please?
Yes, I don't have her address because she
No,
works from
sorry,
home.
the address for the event.
Yeah, it's 479 Ivy Lane. 479 Ivy Lane. You can't miss. It's gonna be big balloons out in front of the on the gate, and it's right next door to the liquor store. Right next door. So if you get
Liquor store.
Yeah, the liquor store.
Why is there always liquor store, pawn shops, and gun shops in our areas that you want to call?
Because some people don't show up to the meetings.
Yeah. But believe it or not, it's a lot of them in their neighborhood too. Cause I know some right there in Windermere. There's some liquor stores right there in Windermere. Remember where we used to barbecue at? Right that neighborhood right there at that Walmart. There's 2 or 3 liquor stores.
I mean, there's liquor stores everywhere.
Yes, liquor stores. They just make it sound like it's just in our neighborhood, but they're all over.
It just seems to be it's really promised in I guess we're saying the hoods or the minority
We
area.
need a drink. I mean, what the hell we go through.
I mean, you gotta go across the street from high schools and everything. It's insane.
Yeah.
There should be some sort of law where there has to be miles away from educators, from schools, from churches. Come on, now. Show some respect, guys.
That, but now, I mean, hey, if you can buy the building, hey, bring your liquor home. But you know, that's America. You know, it's the American way, try to make $1.
It's all about capitalism. I mean, seriously, with pharmaceutical. I mean, let's not get into it. Let's not talk about it.
Let's finish thinking about sponsors.
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
So that's all our sponsors for today.
Yeah.
Cynthia Harris will be coming up next, you guys.
Sick.
So y'all want to stay locked up, Peace on the Street. Anything y'all guys want to say?
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to CMB Network, TV Network, because they're going to pick up our event. So I had a talk with the owner today, Joseph.
Nice.
And he's going to come through, guys, and be at the event. Filming it to put on his network.
Nice.
So
Sweet.
the interviews that we're gonna do,
Yeah.
he's gonna be filming us too.
Nice.
So big shout out to him. He volunteered his time. He's gonna put that on his network. So I spoke with him today. It's confirmed. It's official. Joseph will be there for CNB TV Network. It's a streaming
Nice.
TV network, and
Beautiful.
big deal. Remember, I said I'd give you on TV. I mean, we're there.
It's coming. Yes. So you guys keep it locked to Peace on the Streets radio show. We have Kevin with Hands of Orlando coming on with Cynthia Harris.
Yeah.
She's going to call in interview. So you guys enjoy some of this smooth music that we're going to play right here on Peace on the Streets.
He's on the street.
Let's ride, y'all. And then we're going to get a chance to talk sports talk.
Well, real quick, speaking of sports talk, big congratulations to our boy George Michael.
George Michael.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He got a paid position to do a sports show out in the Bay.
So let me say, and I have to say, I don't want to toot our horn,
Yeah.
but this is why we bring in interns. Big shout out to Full Sail University.
Yeah.
We bring them in. We gave him opportunities that nobody gave George Michael.
Right.
Not one person.
Uh-huh.
And that's what's happening right now with the other interns.
Nice.
They couldn't even get on broadcasting. Nobody wanted to receive them.
Right.
So we brought them in because we already know they're beasts.
Yeah.
They're from Full Sail University.
Right.
Gave him the opportunity, and they seen his work, don't get it twisted, and that's what got him the new position. And this is why we're here, to help grow others, to
That's
help
it.
flourish them.
Right.
They're supposed to move on and grow.
That's
There
good.
are some states like Enya, we love you, Enya.
Yeah.
And that means we work, we get compensated, we move on. That's how the gig works.
We're a springboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when God willing, when we come in, we could grab more team members to come.
That's it.
But this is the reason why we bring them in. And it makes me so happy
Yeah.
to see them growing and taking it and running with it.
Right.
So big shout out again to George Michael. We're proud of you. We're
Yes,
so proud of you.
bro.
And we're going to do entertainment talk on Peace on the Streets. P. Diddy is all in the news.
I was
Oh,
thinking,
what?
like 4 more women came out, and one of them was 17 when it happened.
Uh-huh.
And it was that she was drugged and she was abused. We're gonna talk about that when we
Yeah.
come back. We're gonna talk the second hour. We're gonna talk
So
about
stay
that.
tuned.
It's so deep, guys. Now, if you don't believe Hollywood does this,
Yeah.
you guys are foolish.
That's right.
That's right.
Just saying.
Keep it locked on Peace on the Street radio show. And that's one of my favorite artists from Orlando, Florida. Brian McKnight.
No way.
Yeah, I went to school with him.
Did you?
Who knew he's from Orlando?
He went to Evans High School.
Get out of here, guys. I never knew that.
Yeah, this is where he
He was a grade behind me
Was it? Was he singing then?
in church.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you think he's still here in Orlando?
He probably.
His family's here.
Oh my gosh,
they
guys.
grew up here.
We gotta
Oh,
reach
okay.
It's
out.
a musical family.
Nice,
Of
nice,
course.
nice. You guys, we're getting ready for Peace on the Streets event, and we have Kevin on the phone. And Kevin, he's a part owner. He's part with Hands of Orlando. So welcome him to the stage, you guys. How you doing, Kevin?
Hey, very well. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear us?
Excellent. Yes, I can.
Thank you.
And yeah, Chester, thanks for having me on. I'm actually the board president of Hands on Orlando. It's a local nonprofit that leads corporate volunteering projects to give back to our community. And I'd just like to say we are so excited to host this event. Like Chester said, it's just to clarify, it's actually 475 South Ivy Lane if
There we
you
go.
put it in your GPS, and can't miss it. Like Chester says, right next to the Liquor Master. But yeah, it's a 15-acre park, and our goal is to make it into a park for the community to enjoy, and this is just a perfect opportunity. And want to add to what Chester said, along with all the food, free food, there's going to be a lot of activities, fun activities for the youth.
Nice.
Including a half-size horseshoe pit that we've created there at the park. It's going to be raffle and door prizes, so certainly come on out, and it's going to be a great time. And I just want to reiterate, it's really all in an effort to stop the violence.
And we need it. I mean, a lot of times we talk about it, but who's really doing anything about it? And we have Cynthia Harris in the building. You know,
Cynthia,
that's our advocate. How you doing, Cynthia?
I'm fantastic. How's everybody doing?
We are doing well, and we're glad to have you in the building. So, and Cynthia, you will be speaking at the event, right?
I will. And for all the old school people that don't know what Liquor Master is, if you remember where the Melody Bar was,
Right.
that's where the location is, right behind it.
Can you please give that address out one more time because we had the incorrect address?
479 South Ivy Lane.
That's what I have.
What did he say that it was?
Is that what it is, Mr. Kevin? The address to where it's going to be?
479 South Ivy Lane.
Okay.
479 South. Ivy Lane.
479.
Got it.
Okay, South. Okay, gotcha. All right. So what made you want to be a part of this event? I know in the neighborhood it's very important to you because Cynthia's always throwing some kind of event. I mean, every month. I mean,
I don't know how she
not
does it.
every month.
it's almost on it. But anyway, what made you want to be a part and how you feel about the violence? Because this is where you grew up. I think all of us are strangers
Right.
to Orlando. So you are a Florida native.
Yes.
So
Actually, I'm not a native, but I was raised here.
okay.
Where you from, Cynthia?
I'm from the SIP.
Mississippi. Come on.
Hear my crooked letter I.
And my SSI, PPI. We all learned that in school growing up.
Well, I learned it from my mama. She ain't like my stepmama. She had a hump on her back. So mama said,
You're full of jokes tonight, Prince.
so yeah, that's what happened. That's how I learned. Mama said, "Oh, he with that girl that in my humpback eye."
So Cynthia has that Southern hospitality.
That's why I have that Southern drawl.
I love it. I love it.
Love
So, of course, we adore you. Thank you for everything that you do for our community. Cynthia, honestly, I don't understand why she's not the president.
Hello.
Because the things that she does, she makes it happen.
And she hands on. I mean, when she was running, that's what really got me a surprise about her. Like when she was out, when she was running her race, she still was on Mondays going to those
Can't believe
food
it.
banks and going to get
Yep.
food and feeding the elderly and the homeless. She still was doing great things. So anything that she attached to, she already knows.
Oh, she's official.
We already
And everybody with her.
connected,
And everybody she refers. So, yes.
man. Thank you, Cynthia. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Stop the Violence is very near and dear to me because right before the world shut down, we were going to do a prayer walk in the community.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And that included our public defender, our state attorney, our sheriff, our police chief at the time. And it was like days before we were going to do this walk, and then the whole world shut down.
Wow.
And so it's long overdue. You know, we have too many violent acts right in our own community. You know, young people are carrying guns. We have a gun show at the fairgrounds every other month where people don't understand that although the gun show is there, it's very easy to just purchase guns in the parking lot.
Right.
It's easier to purchase there than in the gun shops.
Exactly. And so when you're looking at our young people, they just had a shooting this afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, 3 people were killed. The gunman was killed as well. So that's been blasting all over the news.
At a university.
At a university.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was at a university. I think the guy got killed.
Right,
The
but he
one
was
that-
killed by the police.
Was he?
So
In the state of Florida? Like, is it
no,
here?
Virginia?
it wasn't in Florida.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly where it was.
Gosh.
Yeah.
But
It happens so often.
yeah,
It does.
It's
so-
almost like we're getting immune to it, and
It
that's
is.
sad.
it is.
You know-
it's second nature.
I don't want to jump off totally off the subject, but I literally, when I go into places, Cynthia, I look for exit signs and I look how to get out
Yeah.
because of someone coming in.
Yeah.
And I tell my
Exactly.
kids to watch everybody coming in.
You have to, because you never know. I mean, children are carrying guns. You have adults with mental illness. Right now we're currently trying to prevent this sexual offender who's been released because the state of Florida said he was deemed incompetent to stand trial. Now he's walking around. He was at the
Well.
park Sunday, and the police was called, but by the time they got there, he was nowhere to be found.
So he can't stand trial, but he can stand walking with us.
What? That makes no sense.
What's wrong with us?
I mean, he can't stand trial. Then, man, you need to stay
Then he
in
can't stand
jail
the people.
until you.
If
can
he's
stand
incompetent.
trial.
Well, the statutes say that after 5 years, according to them, after 5 years, if he's not been found competent to stand trial, he's free to go. And so, it's a lot of them because with him, he was going to be released in Pine Hills to a unlicensed facility.
Did that happen?
No, it did not happen because we were very vocal about it.
Nice.
However, it makes me wonder how many other people have been released to unlicensed facilities
Right.
in this area, not just in the state of Florida, but this area specifically. And then you have the legal address of sexual offenders right on Old Winter Garden Road. So they have nowhere to go. But guess what? There's an elementary school just a block away from their legal address.
Wow.
And there's a park less than a mile away, both ways from their legal address. So they're walking amongst us, and we have no reprieve or recourse because the laws are flawed.
Right. And what people are saying in certain neighborhoods, why we always have to be the dumping ground for
Absolutely.
things that y'all don't want. Why, send them out there and win the mill. I mean,
They won't do it.
I mean, they send them everything. We have to fight in a certain hood. Everything. You got to fight mental illness with people that's, going on. Now we want to drop
Homelessness.
out. Everything is right in those neighborhoods, and it's like, why y'all just want to drop everything off? And it's already hard enough, Now we dropping off people that's sex offenders, When you got kids walking around, and it's crazy, I think after a while you might need an island somewhere. If you get caught as a sex offender, they send you out on
Actually,
that
they do have an island called McNeil Island in the state of Washington, and Washington State. So it's just for the most heinous sexual offenders.
Whoa,
That
can
it's-
imagine.
It's called
They have one
McNeil
here.
Island.
They have one here in
and they
Florida
have
as well.
one here in Florida as well.
Okay.
It's called Haven.
Yeah.
And that's it's like a small community, similar to the villages, just much smaller, obviously.
Interesting. They also have one in New York, which is Rikers Island. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. I mean, that's one of the hardest prisons out there.
They have places, but they funding is terrible. So what we have to do, we have to be proactive. Legislative session starts next year in January. We need to be talking to our state senate, our state reps right now to get these laws changed because they are the lawmakers. If we don't be vocal about it, we continue to have the same results that we're having, and nothing is done about it. We put these people in there to change laws. You got a governor that changed laws as the wind blow,
Right.
just to fit his own needs.
That's
Right.
right.
So if he's changing laws to fit his own needs, why aren't we holding our representatives and senators responsible for changing the narrative so it fits our needs?
Exactly.
So we got, I'm going to give a shout out to people watching Cynthia on Instagram right now. We're live streaming and also on peaceonthestreets.com. Guys, tap in that watch us live.
Yeah.
So we get Ben Romney that just gave you a high five and a clap. And he's from Orlando because his screen name has 407, so he feels you right now.
That makes sense.
And so yeah, right. So many of us do. And we're just at the point where we're so angry. What do we need to do right now?
And Kevin, so with Kevin, are you still there?
the grill?
I am. I definitely am.
All right. So, what do you think about the violence and what you think we should be doing? I know, that, and we appreciate you all for allowing us to be there at the park. What one of the things that you think we should be doing?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So, Cynthia outlined certainly at the macro level the types of things that we need to do. Hands on Orlando, especially with the Hands on Park, we're really focused on giving people in the community, an outlet, a place where they can go. We have nature trails there. We're going to be given hikes. It's a total of a 20-acre site. A lot of people don't know about it because we've owned it for quite some time, but since COVID, it's really become our focus. And to do things like this, we had an Earth Day in April. So
yes.
our whole focus, it is very focused on the Orlando City community initially, but that's the idea: is give the youth and the adults a place to go where they can have an outlet, have fun, and distract them from, getting in trouble and causing trouble.
And that's what we're going to let the guys know, part of the event. Put the guns down and pick up the horseshoes. Pick up the horseshoes. Kill them at the horseshoe game. That's why we're having a tournament as well. So be the guys know, part of the event. Put the guns down and pick up the horseshoes. Pick up the horseshoes. Kill them at the horseshoe game. That's why we're having a tournament as well. So beat them at the horseshoe. Put the guns down. Everything don't have to be solved with a gun. I mean, just small things that we was coming up with. We would have disagreements. We didn't speak to each other. Might bump hands or whatever.
We played the dozens.
But nowadays, these young folks, they got guns and they're not scared to use it.
But I want to talk to somebody that's actually living it or did. I want to know why. Why do they feel like it's so empowering? It's really not. Really, you're a punk if you're shooting somebody. Anyone could do it. A 10-year-old could do it.
What our friend said, I think, is a huge part of it. Though it's like, in order for youth to not fall into these pit traps, you need to have something to do. Because one of the most dangerous things on earth is a teenage boy with nothing to do.
Right.
All right. Like we have a lot of energy, a lot of anxiety, a lot of anger, a lot of power to just kind of do something with. If you have nowhere to go to play sports, walk,
But I say this though,
something.
I hear you, especially if they're single parents. But I know when my 15-year-old is walking out the door, he can't even walk out the door without asking me permission. And he does it.
Right.
Yeah, but
What is missing? Is it the home that's giving them too much freedom?
No, there's nothing to do outside. That's a problem.
Kids don't play outside no more.
There's
Exactly.
nothing outside.
They playing on video games. What they going outside
But
for?
my son,
There's
he
nothing
does.
but there's
There's
nothing
something
outside.
missing there. Some disconnection.
There's nothing outside. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Well, there was nothing outside for me neither, but I went out there and I played tag and I played basketball and football and all that.
Kids
Everyone-
don't have the same
They don't have-
imagination that we have.
No.
We didn't have all of
No. I'm not gonna sit here and have a bunch of boomers tell us that the kids are the problem. I'm not doing that. All right.
Who's
It is
the
not,
boomer?
You guys are all boomers.
You too. You too. You're over 30.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Who's
shutting
the
it down.
boomer?
We're not blaming the youth for the problems that the old people cause for them.
Well, I'm not old.
I'm
Me
blaming
neither.
Whatever the circumstances.
And my man kicked out.
Okay, I'll take the blame then.
Everybody here over 30.
Guys, no, for real though. Whatever circumstances the youth are going through was caused by the generation before them. Whatever they are experiencing is our fault as a
I can agree to
previous
disagree.
generation. It is.
So
Yeah.
can I.
It is not the youth. It is us that we have not given them a proper future.
I think it's all
proper
the
things
above.
to do outside, proper education. We have failed the youth in every step of the way, and now we want to point fingers at them. Not
They
have
said
it.
the same thing for
Well,
my generation.
Exactly.
They said the
We
same
had
thing
the
for
same-
me.
but every-
Exactly.
So
It's the
if
same
you
thing.
And I
believe-
came out good.
So if you believe it's the older generation, what is the answer? What is the solution to resolving this problem? Because
we just experienced the fact that the mayor of Orlando got elected with less than 20,000 votes. Okay, that's adults that don't go vote. All right, that's not just kids that aren't going to vote. That's adults that are being lazy, staying at home.
I
and
disagree
failing
about the
children.
lazy.
But
Yeah.
18 and up
Failing
didn't
the
vote,
children.
and a majority of the votes were over 40. I'm just saying.
You
And
have
we gonna vote-
exactly. You
Yeah.
have
Not
super
enough.
voters that are not going to miss the election because I've never missed the election since
Yeah.
I was 18 years old. I registered to vote at 17,
A lot
and
of-
I've never missed an election. So it's not a matter of people being lazy. It's people being uneducated, people that are being stifled. You have to understand with this city election was stifled. You didn't hear anything about this election until the 11th hour.
Yes.
and it was done systemically on purpose.
Yes, but the
But
previous
it-
election had the same numbers, Cynthia.
Again, the previous numbers have been like that for umpteen years.
Exactly.
So when you're talking about when you're talking about
Older people
election,
like us
no,
and
it,
older aren't
it-
going to
no,
vote. They
no,
just
no, no,
aren't.
no,
We're
no,
not
no, no,
showing
no,
up.
no. We're going to
failing the
vote,
kids.
but you have
But
to
things like-
understand.
Hold on,
but
get that
things
better.
like
Hold on,
this
one
are
at a
what's
time.
working.
You have to understand. I am a whistleblower. There's not fair elections. There are the elections are rigged.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that are going on. So when Trump was talking about the elections are rigged and things that are going on, he wasn't lying about that because those things happen. And in a small city race like that, when a certain person has control over the supervisor of election and how things are run, this is how you get those results. It's not that people are not going to vote. People are voting. However, if I put you on a machine and I say, well, come on over here and vote. Yeah, you showed up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that your vote actually counted.
And Florida is notorious for hold on, check this out.
We have evidence, sweetheart, as to
I
how-
listen to you, but I'm just saying you have to listen on this here too. Florida is notorious for votes and bad election.
Exactly.
I mean, since Adore, and we got to watch out for the violence too. I mean the
Yeah, because I'm about to get set off up in here. They call me old.
yeah, ain't nobody on
with me.
Yes, sir.
Cynthia would never forget that. A woman would never forget that, Enyo.
Yes, sir.
God bless your
We
soul.
all
I'll
young
eat it.
up in
But
there,
see, we
man.
violent with words.
Yes, sir.
I'll eat it. I'll eat it.
So real quick with one of our streamers, big shout out to Rick that's watching us right here in South Florida. He said a candidate can win the popular vote and lose the election. Literally more people can vote for a candidate and they still not win.
Well, like Monique Morel, what happened to her? They just snatched her job. I see
crazy.
she's fighting for it. I heard on television today, fighting. You know.
Yeah, but that's concerning presidential election. We're talking about local elections. So
Yeah.
you either get the votes or you don't get the votes. And so when you're talking about local elections, which is something we neglect, we're focused on next year's election when
Right.
there's so many municipal elections that go on throughout the year, depending on where you live.
Right.
You need to be voting.
Yeah. And because those are ones that mean something. You got to vote
Because
where
that affects you right now.
Every single
Exactly,
day, all
yeah.
the things that we do
Right.
out here. That's what's so
roads.
mind blowing to me.
Your roads, your schools, like
Everything,
your
taxes,
water,
And,
Yeah.
and we can't forget about the games. We can't. I mean, Orlando, we got more games. And when I first got here, we didn't have as many games as we do now. These games, and with games, you got to do something. You got to commit a crime because they try to get a felony on you. So a lot of stuff is gang related.
Why are they
and
getting
this
so
shit.
ruthless at such a young age? Like I read a story at a 13-year-old boy he didn't shoot her, but he stabbed his mom to death. 13!
Video games and television. Everybody loves The Equalizer and John Wick and
Violent.
and those are
Rambo.
those are violent shows, and we have to continue to teach our kids the difference between reality
Yes.
and
It's giving them ideas. That's what I
Right.
think.
Oh, yeah.
And so-
it's planting those ideas in
Like
their
Grand
head.
Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
coming out,
goodness.
baby.
I know.
Like,
And you know what the new one's going to be?
Yeah.
I heard it's going to be based in
I
Orlando. It's
Florida.
Orlando.
It's Florida.
Okay.
It's Miami Beach. South
But
Beach,
Orlando's in there, man. I'm
Keys.
sick of Miami being in
It
there.
might. I don't. We don't
I heard
know.
Orlando is going to be on the map in there. That's why I'm really
I
excited.
haven't seen it.
I
But
heard
I
the
haven't
city.
seen Orlando, but Miami is definitely in
I'm
there.
sick of Miami always being in there.
US is in there. You see the alligator. You see like the old lady.
Ah!
You see like the girls twerking in the cars.
You
down
see,
the
that's adult
highway.
status.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's adult, too.
"Yo, It looks so
But
sick."
see,
I'm so
some people they
excited.
can't take that to understand that's a
It's
that's a
giving them
video
ideas.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Because I didn't have to. My kids are watching the news with me, and they heard they couldn't believe a 13-year-old could do that. And now I'm like thinking like they got ideas, you know what I mean, in their head. So I turn around, I'm like, don't you ever hurt your family and hurt anybody like that. That is not mentally right. Something's fairly wrong. You know what I mean? And they showed it, guys, this is mind blowing. They showed the baby camera at the mom on the bed, and they showed him walking over there, and I just lost my mind how he was doing it to her. I'm like, all of us will fall for it because we
got a
hurt our
series
kids
now.
So do. I seen it. We got 1 minute, you guys. We got to wrap this up. Mr. Kevin, I'd like to anything you'd like to say before we close out? Wow, this hour went by fast.
It did.
Kevin, are you still there? Oh, we might have lost Kevin. Anyway, you can close out with the event.
He's there. I think I hear him.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Now you might have lost him.
Let me see. Kevin, are you there?
Right? Yeah.
All right. Anything?
So,
Okay, go ahead.
All
Say it again.
all great discussion. If you do want to learn more about Hands on Orlando, you can visit us at handsonorlando.com, and hopefully soon it'll become a household name for a nonprofit that's seriously concerned about stopping the violence and having outlets for especially our youth.
Awesome.
I love it.
I agree.
the idea and what they're introducing. I absolutely love it. So I'm hoping that we get to carry this name on for him.
Yeah.
You know, to help expose this even further, because I absolutely love the idea.
If you haven't been there, it's very beautiful. It sits on Lake Man.
Ooh.
And Earth Day, we had a great time. And the kids that came out, they learned a lot about the different types of trees and things like that. So
very educational.
It's an educational experience.
It must be so peaceful.
It's very peaceful.
Yeah.
And they have a walk where you can walk around the lake and things like that.
I love
So
it.
you guys make sure you come out, meet Kevin, meet Cynthia Harris. She'll
Yes.
be there. The whole Peace on
Peace
the
on the
Street team.
Street.
And we're going to throw horseshoes. We're going to have food. We'll have a marvelous time. And we're also going to have people that's been shot in the community and they want to speak.
Ooh, I love to hear the testimonies.
Yeah, and one of them is in a wheelchair. It's been
For
30,
life, huh?
30 years ago.
Wow.
30 years ago.
And we
it
got to stop
changes.
labeling our kids as gang members, because all of them are not gang members.
Right.
Okay.
And so that puts a target on our children.
It does. It mentally, like they're gonna think there's like no hope. That's what we're marked on.
And physically.
That's
By
it.
the police.
Yeah. Yes. And again, Cynthia, I'm glad you said that. Real quick, I'm sorry, just a quick testimony. They do get targeted when they're in the streets and they're walking, because my son, believe it or not, Prince, my son, that's in the magnet program A and B, got targeted, and they thought that he stole something.
Come on.
And it was Halloween. And when they found out who did it, they looked at their surveillance camera, and it was an older white man in his 40s that actually stole something on their porch. It was a glass bowl. Apparently, it was a family but what I'm just saying was they went after my son. If mommy wasn't there, he would have been that target.
Well, let me
Right.
share this last little tidbit with you too. Once a child is labeled as a gang member, it's just like a credit report. It stays on your record for 7 years.
Really?
And if say you identified as a gang member, and 2 years later you are encountering with the police again and you're identified again, that's another 7 years.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
It just keeps wrapping
Golly.
on. So that's what they do right here.
Wow.
They're marking them.
Yeah.
Right. So
Wow.
it's a target.
Wow.
And just like you said,
And it was
about
very
your
easy
own-
for Royal, and he's never been in trouble his entire life. Not even
Right.
in school, he's been reprimanded.
So we have to be careful.
It's
about,
bad, Prince, especially for boys, and especially
Yeah.
for young boys.
Yeah.
And little do they know, he's only 15, stands at 6'4", but they went right after him. And I stood right there. I'm like, hold
I
on.
think it's time
Yeah.
for a commercial break.
Yes, almost time, you guys. But hey, you guys, make sure you come out to the event. Cynthia Harris, we thank you
We
for
love you,
coming
Cynthia.
in.
Yes.
And Kevin with Hands on Orlando, we glad to be connected
Yes, Kevin.
and a part of whatever you guys do. Please always reach out to
That's
us,
right.
and then we can expose it on Peace on the Street. We family
Woo!
now, Kevin.
we forgot to give the time.
All right, it starts at 1 o'clock.
And it ends at 4.
Right.
Oh.
Anything you want to say, Kevin? You okay?
Yeah, we'll actually be there ready to go at 12:30. So.
Woo!
That's right. And, all right, and I'll be probably there by 11 o'clock cooking.
I'll be there as well, representing Miss International World. So, yeah, definitely.
All right, so
I want
y'all-
to see the children with my crown. I want to see the children.
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys keep it locked to Peace on the Streets radio show. We want to thank everybody for coming in, Cynthia and Kevin. God bless you all, and we'll see you guys Sunday morning.
Thank you for making a change in our community. Woo!
Peace on the Streets radio show. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to Peace on the Streets radio show with your host, Peace on Prince of the South. I ain't been here so long, I forgot I said with your host, Peace on the Streets. Prince of the South, you guys. Right here on Peace on the Street. All right, and we got the one and only Mrs. Angela.
Yes!
The Miss in the international world. What's up, Miss Angela?
Right. The one and only. You know, Prince, you playing that old school music. You've got to remember this one. I'm in the car the other day, and they're playing the top 5 hits of 1968. Do you remember Crazy Johnny Taylor?
Yes, I do. Johnny Taylor?
Somebody made that crazy song, Who's Making Love?
Who's making love to your old lady? While you was out making love.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
That was a jam.
So he's like the Mr. or Mistress, you know? Like,
He had the number 5 record in 1968.
wow.
Yeah, Johnny Taylor was smooth. I'm going to play some of his songs today. He was smooth, and I think he had another one, a couple of his songs I love. Johnny Taylor was a beast. He was awesome.
Yeah, Johnny Taylor was crazy. He actually started out as a gospel singer.
Did he? Well, a lot of those guys back in the days, they started off as gospel singers.
Yeah, they
a lot of
did
a
church.
lot of them did. They started out as gospel. But that song was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, when I heard it, I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "I was in high school when that song."
Oh, my
came out."
God.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Well, you want to know something? That was the alma mater of Hackensack High School in 1968.
Golly.
Taylor, who's making? I
That's,
said, I got to tell this one to Prince. I know he's going to remember this.
you better believe it. I'm a big time Johnny Taylor fan, you know.
Me too. I said that guy was crazy, but he did have some good music.
And he had one that said, "I'm running out of lies."
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that one? He said, "I'm running out of lies."
It sounded like he was a creep.
Oh yeah.
No,
he
he had smooth music.
Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
telling the truth. He was speaking the truth. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm running out of lies. And then he had another one. I'm gonna play one of my favorites. Golly, I can't even think of it, but I'm gonna play that. I play it all the time.
Yeah, he had a lot of good hits, but that one was really big. If it wasn't for the Beatles that year with Let It Be, he probably would have had the number 1 hit.
Wow.
That's what's happening.
You guys know
he
your
had
music.
A lot of good songs.
Yeah.
But anyway, Prince, you have got to get this tuxedo ready.
Again, get this. All right now, I like getting the tuxedo ready.
Yeah, because here's the real big announcement.
All right now, I'm sitting down.
Margarita, and I'm almost positive this is where we're going to be. Margaritaville just came out with, it hasn't sailed yet, brand new ship, holds 2,600 passengers.
Nice.
Every room is a suite with a balcony, 5-day itinerary going to Key West, Cozumel, and Acapulco.
What?
So guess where Miss International World is headed again?
Come
Mexico?
on. Where are we going?
We going on the Margarita, Islander to Mexico and Key West.
Mexico!
Nice.
I've never been.
When is
Now, that's
this?
really out the country, right? That's out the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the thing is that the ship will not sail. The inaugural cruise will be in June. It's in dry dock right now. It's getting redone, but no one has sailed it. It's brand new.
Okay.
I believe it was a Costa ship that was actually taken over by Holland America and Carnival. It was built a while ago, but it really never sailed. Okay, so I mean, when you see this ship, it is, I mean, absolutely stunning. Okay, I mean, huge. That's why it has to leave. Mimi gonna love this because she's closer to it. It has to sail from Tampa because it is so large. It cannot go out of the port of Palm Beach. And in fact, they were trying to get it in the port of Fort Lauderdale, and Broward County said too large. Okay.
What?
So it has to go up to Tampa because the port of Tampa can handle it. Okay. It was either going to go to the port of Miami or the Port of Tampa. They decided to put it in Tampa. In fact, they're moving all the executive offices now up to Tampa. Okay?
Insane. It's closer to our home.
Yeah. Now, and they're really growing. Now, the Paradise ship, okay, Margaritaville at Paradise, will stay in the Port of Palm Beach. That's now going to go to 4 days and 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
3 days, 2 nights. So that's expanding. But the new one, yeah. In fact, there should be a third ship coming out probably next year that will start doing the European runs.
Insane.
Okay? Yeah, it's insane.
Turn your mic on, Prince.
So, it's a whole new gang that took over. Now, these are really ship people, okay?
Okay.
Even though they're still partnering with Margaritaville, these are cruise people. And when you get cruise people, they know what they're doing. This ship has I thought it was 3 dining rooms, 4 dining rooms. There is a huge stage outside by the pool that you can even do a show besides doing it in the theater.
What? Man.
Oh, yeah. This is got, I mean, when I say this has got the amenities, okay? So, yeah, this is, just the fact of going to Cozumel, Acapulco.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and a 5-day itinerary,
Come
that's
on.
exactly what we need.
Exactly that. Because it is back-to-back, day-to-day, and I feel like 3 days is very tight.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're running like a drill sergeant show here. It's impressive. Behind the scenes, you guys, it's going to be released soon. And it's going to be released on a network. I can't say anything further, but big things are occurring.
Nice. I love it. I will be there.
So you got to get that tuxedo ready.
Yes, indeed. I will be on the ship, and that's like a 5-day vacation for me. I need that. I need a break.
5 days. Mimi definitely got to come back on there. 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, they've got believe it or not, they got a brand new CEO. What I like about Christopher Ivey, he came out of the theme parks in Orlando. He was a CEO at one time for SeaWorld, okay?
Uh-huh.
And he also worked with Disney. So, anybody that's coming out of the theme parks knows how to run something like this.
Yes.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Because, see, that's what you need. You need people that are in that industry that know exactly what they're doing. And, I mean, from what I understand, major entertainment is going to be hired. I just saw on LinkedIn tonight, they are definitely hiring for all positions. So this ship is really going to get ready to go. And some of the old crew that I know is coming back, so this should be a no-brainer. Okay, and I think they realized that when we and it was a mutual agreement. When we did it during the transition period, it wasn't like we've always done it. But now that transition period is over, and they realized they had to go back to the old platform. And, of course, we were with them for 6 years. And, there was another pageant that actually went on there, but never did it to the caliber of what we did it. Okay?
Gotcha.
So we were guaranteed money for this cruise line.
Wow,
right?
yes.
We were, for 6 years, we were there.
Wow.
So I think this is going to be good.
Woo!
Again, if I can work out all the right details and we go back, this will be major because now with 5 days we don't have to rush anything.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
Nice.
We got time to really get everything done, and the fact that these ports of call, which is the Western Caribbean, happens to be great.
Yes, that's gonna be big.
It's a big deal, Prince. One of the largest ships. First of all, I never left the United States, so I can't wait.
Uh-huh.
I've only been to the Bahamas, that's part of it. But now my passport's really going to hit it. And I can't wait. Mexico and then Europe, forget it.
Oh, man.
This is a big deal. And every place we went, we left a mark. No exaggeration. So we had nothing but positive feedbacks coming back that they want us back. So now the ball is in Miss Angela's court, which has been for years, where she can control, really pick and choose as she wish, because we're leaving a mark. We left a mark in a network. We left a mark in the last place we were at that they want us back. That's how great the ladies are. They're just so good to each other, and they see it, and they're good to the staff.
Right.
So that's just how we conduct ourselves. So just imagine we're going to take over the world.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, exactly. So, this is, I mean, just the fact that this organization is growing, okay? And what's really good about it is because it's all inclusive. And when you're all inclusive, you don't have to worry about food. Look, if somebody is a vegetarian or a vegan, you're going to have that on the ship. Where when you're not on an all-inclusive, now you got to worry about people that have allergies or people that can't eat certain foods.
Right.
Because sometimes we're in a hotel, they don't cater to that. They have it. But it's not like on the ship. If I tell the ship, look, I got 5 people allergic to fish, no problem, all right? Like a restaurant I was in last night. First time I heard somebody come to the table and say, do I have to worry about any allergies? And I raised my hand. I said, yep. I said, I'm allergic to fish. I said, now, if you're going to cook the food in the same pot as the fish, you better have an ambulance outside. I said, because I'm going to have an allergic reaction. And they didn't. They made it separate. That was the first time that I'd ever heard that. And see, that's what you get on the ship. The chef, a week before we're ready to board, will say to me, what allergies do I need to look out for? And I've got it covered, okay? Right. Somebody gets hungry at 3 o'clock in the morning, pick up the phone. Room service, okay? At a certain time in a hotel, room service stops. So, again, when we're in an all-inclusive, I don't have to worry about anything, okay?
Right.
Absolutely.
If somebody doesn't want to eat, don't eat. You want to eat at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Go to the buffet. You want to eat 5 o'clock? Whatever you want to do. Okay. You want to go to the midnight buffet at 12 o'clock? You're hungry? There you go.
Big deal.
That's sweet.
Because that was our hardship. If we had to eat when they served, if you did grab your food, you're done. So I would grab my plate and go put it to my room and wait till I was hungry.
Yeah.
Because I was on the move.
Okay.
Exactly. You want to go? You want a pizza? Then go over to the Italian restaurant and get a pie. Whatever you want to do, it's there. Okay?
You gained 50 pounds on that ship.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to say something else.
We were going to try to go back to Sandpiper in 2024, but unfortunately, I don't even think they're going to be ready until the end of 2024, 2025.
Wow.
I made a call there today, and it's going very slow. They're going to open up December the 20th, but such limited amenities. Only the pools will be done. The restaurants aren't even going to be open. Only certain rooms are done. It is not. So, that would have been great because that's another all-inclusive, but unfortunately, they really had to renovate that place, and it just wouldn't be ready. And I've said, okay, now I got to make a decision here of where we're going to go. And, I could even go into Fort Lauderdale, which I could.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Everybody's gonna want to get on that. So, like I say, I'm keeping a lot of my options open, but it does look like that's where we're headed back.
Yes!
I love it. Back on the ship.
Making moves.
Yeah, so that's going to be. But we've got some other big things coming up. Our Miss International World today was actually at a major event where she met the First Lady.
Oh, my goodness.
Come
no
on.
way. Who?
Yeah. Therese was at an event.
Yes!
She met Joe Biden's wife, okay? She met the Dr. Jill Biden. She was also there with Lloyd Austin's wife. And I said to her when she sent me all these pictures today, I said, and remember, don't forget to tell him that Mr. Air Force One's got to get to the White House.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, Miss Angela, you're carrying our name. We love you.
Yes, we do.
That's right. I said, so that's tuxedo number 2. That's what I was telling her today. I said, so, yeah, that was great that she did that. And then we've got 2 of our girls that are going to be the face of Amazon with their pictures on a billboard in New York City.
Yes!
Nice. Congratulations.
Who are the girls, Miss Angela?
Yeah, it's going to be our teen, Sandia, and, of course, our new Miss International World, Estefania.
I'm so proud of them. That's amazing. And see, they underestimated themselves. And look where they're at right now.
Yeah.
Look.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I already seen greatness in them.
It's going to be, that's going to be great. And then our good friend Tito Puente Jr. on December the 17th is doing a huge show at Arts Park in Hollywood. He's got all the top Latin stars with him. He's got Lefty Perez. He's got Chino Nunez.
Goodness.
He's got everybody. He's got like 17 acts on that show.
Insane.
Wow.
Insane.
it's actually a fundraiser that bring an unwrapped toy for underprivileged children. So, in fact,
Wow.
this weekend he's in Times Square at the Palladium.
Remember Palladium? That's an old school back in New York. It was here for a little while, but that's where the original is at. New York. Amazing. And if you guys don't know, Tito Puente Jr. was one of our featured talents that was on the ship and that performed from his international world. That's how I got to meet him. That's how we got to interview him. That's how we became friends.
Right.
He's been on our show twice on the phone, and as well as we interview him live on the ship. So all because of Miss International World.
I mean, she's a bee. She gets it. She makes it happen. So
Absolutely.
we're so proud to be connected
And
with.
she trusts the people she's with. She wouldn't choose you. You wouldn't be here if they didn't select you to be here.
Right.
So guys, it's not just you get here, you pay, and you're a part of it. It's you get here, you get nominated, and if the board chooses you, then you go on further. That's different.
That's
you don't
how that
see
goes.
But that's why her circle is that tight.
Nice.
That's why all the women are just alike, because you choosing the people with the energy, with the positive moves. They're watching your page. They seeing your work. So ladies out there, if you want to be half naked all the time, that's the type of job you're going to get. Now, if you want to go out there and make an impactful moment for yourself,
Yeah.
you're going to grab those people that are impacting people and changing the life and games of people's lives.
Right.
That's what they're selecting. They're watching your page, watching your stroll, how you move, how you walk, how you talk. Big deal.
Exactly.
Be who you
And
are.
In fact, tomorrow night we're doing a fundraiser at the Biltmore Hotel down in Coral Gables, and that's with a lot of the Latin media celebrities from Telemundo, Azteca America. Yeah, that's a biggie. They do that every year. Okay, and then next week, and I know Prince, you got to know who this is. We are doing the Grand Marshal party for the Winterfest Boat Parade, and the Grand Marshal is Boys to Men.
What? Yeah.
Boys to bed,
Yeah.
ABC, baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. That's great. Wow.
Yeah,
Insane.
It's Boys to Men. In fact, we had, and I couldn't believe he could still get up there, because I remember from Studio 54 and Disco, when we had the white party the week before the pageant, Grandmaster Flash was up there performing.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
He's still performing,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
So is Flavor Flav. Those guys are still there.
Right.
God
Yeah.
bless their
And
souls.
I didn't know that was his brother that performed with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh.
So he got up there and performed, and I mean, I remember him from going back to the disco era. And,
Yeah. These are the
he's-
breaks.
What?
Yeah.
He's not young, Grandmaster Flash.
No.
Can you find that?
Uh-huh.
Can you play that for us tonight?
Yes, I'll
These
find it.
are
All
the breaks.
Break it down.
break
break
it
it
up.
down.
Okay.
And then he did a Christmas song, too. He did a Christmas.
No way.
Yeah, he did a Christmas
got to do
hip-hop.
this tonight.
Oh, yeah, we're going to pull them up.
We got to do it in the name of Miss Angela.
That's right.
That's right. So I got to take a picture for you, Prince and Mimi, Boys to Men.
Yes.
So we're gonna definitely be there next week. I'm sure they're probably gonna rock the house and perform all their hits. And as a matter of fact, NSYNC is going to be there next week.
Insane.
Nice.
And Sick is going on tour, I think, perhaps.
Okay.
They-
I think so,
NSYNC.
too.
In fact, that's Joey Fatone. Mimi, you should get Joey on the show because
Right.
he lives in Orlando.
He does. And, I work for Orlando City, so big shout out to Orlando City. It's such an honor to be a part of the MLS
Yeah.
professional soccer team. Orlando.
Hey.
So Orlando City, I was there. Joey Fatone was there.
Nice.
I was feels away from him, like feet away from him. So I'm hoping to get that connection.
Yeah.
I would love to have him on air with us.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, so you definitely got to get him on the show because Joey lives right up there, and I think Kilpatrick lives up there too. They're they're up in that Orlando area.
Yeah, and you know who else too? Tamia and Grant Hill.
Yes.
Because they are helping with the MLS team with Orlando City. They're helping sponsoring them, and so they're putting in their money assets in this. So they're here, guys.
Right. And I've met them.
Yeah, they're such a beautiful couple. I'm so happy they're still
man.
together.
I met her, and man, she talked to us for like 5 minutes. She gave my daughter, my
I
son,
adore
a-
her.
a
She's so
autograph.
beautiful.
They live in Dr. Phillips. They live in Windermere. They live out
Come
there in Windermere,
on.
right off of Parker Island, not too far from the nursery.
How come I haven't crossed their path yet?
And I met one of the NSYNC guys. They live in
Joey
Windermere
Fatone.
too. The subdivision is Dr. Phillips
Yeah, they're
Landing.
here. Yo, they're
I
around
know.
the corner, guys. I
His
mean,
house is a mansion. Oh my God!
God bless their souls. Good for them.
It's like a hotel. you know.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I mean, that's like I said, but that's going to be a great show next Friday night. It's at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. Okay, so you know that My place going to be burning up.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Insane. Send us pictures, Miss Angela. We can't wait.
Yeah, y'all definitely got to send you pictures of that. So you might hear us burning up all the way up to Orlando.
I know that's right, you guys. So make sure you guys, how can they find you, Miss Angela? How can they find you and your work?
Well, like Mimi always says, every Wednesday night, Peace on the Streets Radio.
Yeah.
Okay. You can always catch us on Instagram, on Ms. International World, on my personal page, on Facebook, Angela Basilico, and wherever there's a celebrity, that's where you're going to find us.
It's amazing, guys. So don't forget, every Wednesday at the 10:15 on the dot, Miss International World Lives air, where you get to hear and actually see sometimes, because we actually share the photos and what they're doing on peaceonthestreets.com. Guys, you must tune in. And don't forget, all the updates are here officially on Peace on the Streets.
With our girl, the one and the only.
I'm going to try to get your boys to man to be on the radio.
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
please.
yes.
I'm so bad. I grew up listening to them.
That's right.
Philly in the house.
That's right.
So real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to, and since we were talking about toys for the kids, so big shout out to Big shout out to Hopes for the Holidays toy drive. It was a success. And this is the Boys and Girls Club that will be providing the kids with toys donated at the Red Party event that happened this past weekend. So if you guys want to know more about it, go to Hopes for the Holidays and check them out. I actually seen some of their work. I was actually affiliated with some of them as well. And this is what they do. They cater to the kids. They cater to the people. Again, big shout out to Miss International World too. That's what you do. You cater to the people. Thank you so much for all that you do. We give shout outs to the people that are changing people's lives and changing the game.
Yeah.
It takes us together to work together to impact people's lives. It's such a beautiful thing, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes, me
Come
too.
on. Woo!
Well, thank you, Miss Angela. We appreciate you. And we'll talk again next week, you guys. The one and the only, Mrs. Angela!
Woo! And look, I'm looking at our page right now, peaceonthestreets.com. We're looking pretty sharp and nice. my
Come on
friends.
now.
Everybody
Every
looking good.
Christmassy.
I
huh?
know. Everyone's happy, looking healthy.
Yes, I
love
think.
it.
I mean, before Christmas, we got to wear the Christmas hat. I'm gonna have some hats.
Oh, I
and
got
all.
a Dallas Cowboys. That's why I
okay.
said it.
Oh boy.
Sit,
Well,
sit
if that's
hat.
the case, I got the New Orleans.
Do
I mean,
it.
New England.
New England, I know.
Yeah, yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I don't want
but
you to say it.
I don't want to wear it right now, man. We suck. We need to get rid of our coat. I'm ready for Belichick to kick rocks.
Oh, wow.
Boy, this sports, I mean, it is entertainment news.
Yeah, entertainment news,
on
guys.
Peace on the Streets.
Crazy things that came out right now. Do you believe that Sean Peep Diddy, which now he calls himself Mr. Love, he has 4 other allegations against him with women? I say right now, when one comes out, when one is strong enough to come out, others will follow. But then you think that others are trying to get in there and seeing if they're trying to gain something from it, because he said he's not going to have his name tainted. It's about money. I mean, everyone's going to say that when they're famous and rich, right? And
Yeah.
I guess it's true, right? You target it left and right, like
right.
tremendously.
Oh, most
like,
definitely.
if you sneeze on their face, they're going to sue you.
Oh, yes.
It's like that. And it's sad. And it stinks,
Because
right?
Steve Harvey says he's always going to court, not for making money, for people trying to get money.
Get it. I get it. I get it, guys. I get it.
But guess who's on his trail? P. Diddy, 50 Cent. So 50 Cent now is donating money to the victims of assault from P. Diddy.
Well,
He's on P. Diddy's butt. I mean, he putting out memes on P. Diddy. He does not like P. Diddy. He said P. Diddy offered him to take him shopping.
when?
When he first started, he was like, "Wait a minute, ain't no man taking me shopping." But P. Diddy wants,
Interesting.
and so they asked P. Diddy about it. P. Diddy said, "Well, you know, his clothes was raggedy. I wanted to take him shopping." So, but he have other motives.
Really?
Yeah, and
So is he a homosexual?
yeah. Yeah, did you? I mean, with man, so many of them. Nelly, he's been caught up. He got a picture with Nelly. He's hugging Nelly from the back and he kissing him on the neck. I mean, it's just crazy.
This is not good, guys.
I mean,
is this why he never got married? I mean, it teaches him,
well,
right?
I think he did, but
Yeah,
I
he
think
did. He did
didn't.
one time.
Yeah,
His
but-
baby's mom actually passed away. God bless her soul. Like 3 years ago, I think.
But they said everybody that's what's connected to 50 Cent, I mean, to P. Diddy died that was trying to come out. His wife, they said she was coming out with something. She died.
Huh.
I was listening to the radio.
She died all of
today.
a sudden too.
They say a lot of people
Young
have
and
died. Remember, I'll Be Sure.
Yes.
He was coming out with a tell-all book. He got caught up in a coma. They said every person that
Are you serious?
that tried to come out against P. Diddy has died. It's like, wow, you know. And they said that he did have something to do with Biggie getting killed, because one of his bodyguards said that P. Diddy said, man, something got to change. If Biggie got to get killed, Tupac, and he was like, wow.
It was rumored in New York, because I lived in New York at that time. It was rumored that he was going to leave Bad Boy, and he was
correct.
Yeah, interested in leaving.
They said that he had one of the bodyguards say he seen the check. All the people that was with Biggie was coming. Lil' Kim,
Junior Mafia,
Junior Mafia, all of them.
Word, they will.
And Santana, a lot of them was coming with Biggie because he's saying that Puffy was screwing him out of his money. He wasn't getting all his money.
That makes sense.
And so he was leaving, and what happened is that Puffy put a hit out for him. The hit man that came out that said it, Puffy offered him $1 million. He said the only reason he didn't get him because Biggie, when he pulled up, Biggie was on the other side. How they knew that was Biggie's car that he was in, Puffy put a Bad Boy on the hubcaps. So that was the target to let people know that's the car he's going to be in.
This is not good.
And so
why does it come out such a long time after the fact? That bothers me. But his long-term girlfriend and Bad Boy signee, because she was signed to Bad Boy as well, was Cassie. Allegedly that Combs raped, assaulted her, as well as forced her to have sex with male sex workers. Another woman listed in the lawsuit now under Jane Doe. Allegedly that happened in 1991. She was only 17 years old.
Right.
At that point, she said Combs drugged her, raped her, and filmed the assault, later showing the tape to friends. So it was other males, too, that he forced her to have sex. Apparently, I'm just saying, there's always truth to rumors. Let's just keep it real.
Right.
There's always a truth in a rumor.
Right.
So it just, gets altered later on down the road. There's more than one, and I know people say about the money and all, but if there's more than one, and they seem to be saying the same thing down the line,
right,
something happened.
That's right.
So women felt abused. That's enough for me. Done deal. Done.
Yeah.
Once someone feels abused, you're done.
Right.
Male and women, and in Hollywood, it's very known for males to predator on males and females. So it's a whole sexual, gay or straight thing going on in the Hollywood community. And it is in the music industry. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. We're in broadcasting radio, so we see these things. And we have friends that are actually in the field that I know that went to California, didn't sign their souls away, came back and was telling the truth. And you know how you sell your soul? Is when you give in.
Yeah.
And you let them do whatever they want to you.
Right.
That's selling your soul.
Yeah.
And they were doing that to get famous because I felt that was the only way, or they felt like that these guys are going to do something for us. You're selling your soul. And people have went to California, Prince, and they told them directly, you must say the N-word, you must say you must say you're selling drugs, you're in the streets, you must say it. Right. Or we don't want the music.
Exactly.
They didn't do it because they weren't in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
They left, they quit, they came back, and they told their story. But they're not famous enough for them to be targeted.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. That's what happens in Hollywood. Okay, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Okay, guys, you're going to write me. I know you guys are going to write me and you're going to talk to me about, don't talk about that. Yes, all of them.
Yeah.
Are all involved.
That's right.
It's some sort of something going on in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And we know, we see, we hear this little pinpoints of stories, and they have so much money they could wipe it away. Well, now, hopefully, they don't do that with these women.
What gets me with Jay-Z is that he does a lot of stuff demonic. Some of the stuff that he has, his hand signals and everything, they'll show some of the stuff that's in the past where he's falling off this satanic guy. And he's doing some of the same thing he does where he hold his hand. And he got a motorcycle with some of them horns that this guy had that was part of Santana. And I seen it on Jay-Z's motorcycle. It's like a horn, and the guy had the same type of thing. So he's following some satanic type of thing.
Well, a lot of us, as foolish as we were, because I was younger and I truly represented. From New York, we seen them grow. Like in New York, when you live in New York, you literally see these people grow.
Right.
You know what I mean? From the streets to going on. I foolishly was always throwing up The Rock. Okay, guys, The Rock does not mean like the rock power for it's another symbolism of what Prince is saying, and we all fell for it like fools. Because I did, I was like, The Rock,
what
am I doing? What does this mean? And I found out now, and I'm like,
Right.
Same thing with Sam Smith. He's a singer. He's not in the hip hop field. But he's coming out with songs like Unholy. And they're like, hey, guys, it's just, you're getting a little out of hand. They think we're crazy. But when they start singing and they start showing symbolism, hello, wake up, understand. And if you're not a faithful person, you will be caught up in that mix. And God bless your soul.
They said it's a lot of witches in there. They said, now you're watching Janet Jackson.
Her too?
Yes.
No.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have someone that's going to talk about it. Come on
They
next
said
week.
Taylor Swift as well.
Oh, man, yes. They saying that even, what is his name?
Janet Jackson?
They said, look at her videos now. They all dark and black. And she began to look like a witch. I was like, man. And so someone told me about it. So I looked her up. I said, oh, my goodness. She is like she's doing witchcraft. But I was like, man, not Janet.
I'm going to give up on Hollywood soon.
You know.
I was at a Sam Smith concert, and, as people are saying, you're talking crazy, it's a little too much, absurd. But when I was at this concert, I actually seen him come out with the Unholy song in black, red, straight lights. They were in leather, had horns, pitchforks, capes, and heels, and he had a thong on with no shirt, and men were rubbing his body, caressing him while he was singing. The song went dark. The people started dancing like a demonic, and they came out. I left. I got goosebumps and left, and I was by myself.
Wow.
And when I walked out, the people were laughing at me because I was white. They were like, well, look, me was in shock. And they said, I told you. This is what he does.
Wow.
Why do you think the fans come through with horns on their head? I just thought it was a song, but they were coming through with the horns. And that was the most rowdiest crowd I've ever been a part of.
Come on.
I actually seen fights, I've seen hits, and I've never seen that at a concert before.
Wow.
So I'm like, you're releasing this, my dude. You're releasing all of this bad energy, and all these people are falling for it or liking it, or they're confused themselves, and they're just thinking that this is the way to be accepted. They're grabbing you. You guys got to understand faith. It's a very strong thing. And if you don't get it, please talk to people that are faithful. Understand it. Be open-minded. If you're open-minded with that, come on. You don't think that there's goodness out there that's telling you what's up and you're not even listening?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
It gets me so angry that it's like a lot of us are blind and we don't care to see because we're like, it's foolish. It's too much. You guys are full of stories. It's coming out there. It's not us.
Right.
They're bringing it out there, yeah. And we're relating, and we're not afraid to because you can't cut us off because we're on private radio.
That's right. That's exactly. And they said that back in the days when they was always talking about you's a shining star.
Yeah.
No matter they was all of them was devil worshipers. They was talking to the devil. He's a shining star, no matter who you are. All that star
I know
bright.
Ben's about to give up on music.
Remember, check this out. Star bright, star night, best star you've seen tonight.
Yes.
Remember, it was a lot of star songs.
Yes.
Back in those days, they was talking about him. A lot of them
Star.
was praise all that star stuff that was talked about. And when I seen it, I was like, man.
But why did they get allowed, I guess, their freedom to? But when we speak about God or when we say anything within that, we are too much.
Right.
But you're letting these clowns sit out here and talk to your kids and your children and your peers like that, and you're sitting here like, you know what I mean? It's like, no. So if we talk about God on anywhere else, we get cut off on radio.
Right.
If I say God bless you in corporate, because they told me not to say that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I said, God bless you again. You know what I mean?
They said Prince was so strong in it that he could lift up off the ground.
They did have stories about him levitating. I thought that was a joke.
No.
Yeah.
They saying Prince too. We could lift his
Because
step up off
Chappelle
the
used to have
ground.
him flying as a joke, had him levitating across the ground.
Yes.
And they said they've seen him, and I'm like, this gotta be seen. Even it's so far fetched for me that I'm like, no way.
I heard Michael Jackson. Man, I started naming some of them. You be like,
gosh,
man,
guys, everybody.
they was like, cause they sold. That's why he was so
sold their
famous.
souls.
A certain level.
So I'm gonna tell you the guys that didn't sell their souls, and I'm gonna make it brief. That we know of by reading, Ice Cube did not, Ice-T did not.
Well, I don't know about Ice Cube because that's what they're saying about Ice Cube. He's a hypocrite. He's on there bashing new rappers today talking about violence. Ice Cube, NWA, y'all started it.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying. Okay,
I'm just saying.
with that. But
yeah, I'm just saying.
He apparently fought to get out of that.
That person into it. They see it and they like, man.
That's all they know.
Think this,
and if it's their first time.
And so,
that's all they know.
It's sad, you guys. This been Entertainment
Yes.
Talk, you guys, on Peace on the Streets radio show. We talking about all these creepos that's in Hollywood, and it's sad, you know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly say he's telling.
I hope he does, guys. So just, again, no matter where you want to get to in life, make sure you don't sell your soul, meaning don't do things that you know is wrong and you don't like it is wrong for you. If you're not comfortable and you feel it's not right, don't sell your soul, no matter where you at.
All right. You guys keep it locked to Peace on the Streets. This has been Entertainment Talk.
yeah.
Peace on the Streets, you guys. All right, you guys, we got to play a little more Johnny Taylor. Miss Angela, this for you, girl. Peace on the Streets.
I feel sorry.
Our guest for coming in tonight, you guys.
Come on.
That's right. Cynthia Harris, our favorite political advocate.
Yeah, she was in the building today, and we thank her and Hands of Orlando, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
We
Thank
thank-
you very much to Hands On Orlando. We really appreciate y'all for partnering up with us.
Yes.
And this special event coming up Sunday, December 10th. Everybody, don't forget, show up, get your free food. Starts at 1 p.m. at Ivy Lane, Hands On Park.
And we're going to have some dominoes out there, too. We're going to play
yeah.
some
I'm in there, baby.
Yeah, dominoes, horseshoes, spades. We just going to have fun. They said they got a lot of games and events for the kids. And it's going to be an amazing event. You guys want to come out, get your free food. I mean, we cooking real food out here. We ain't playing around.
That's all you had to say.
You know.
I'm down. I'm
So,
down
you
anyway.
know, so you guys, we
You
would
know I'm
love
in
to
there.
see you there and take some pictures and see your famous radio host.
Yay!
See the
Miss
team.
Puerto
you
Rico.
guys.
Got Mimi
We'll
in
be
the
out there
building.
taking pictures and kissing babies and all that stuff.
Shaking hands.
Kissing the babies.
Shaking hands, kissing babies. She gonna be running for office.
I am going to literally go with my crown and banner representing Miss International World, Miss Puerto Rico,
Nice.
for the children.
Nice.
To see their faces when you have the crown,
Oh.
they're just fascinated by it.
Right.
And so I want to encourage them.
Nice.
I want them to like boost, inspire them,
Yeah.
and let them know like we all stick together, we can make a change.
That's
you know What I
right.
mean? So guys, you definitely have to catch our flyers. It's here on Peace on the Streets Radio. It's all over the place.
Yep.
Catch it, join us, be a part of this networking team. It's huge. There are huge, powerful people involved in this
Yes,
that
it
are
is.
changing the game.
And we're trying to stop the violence, you guys.
Right.
What can we do to help stop the violence? And that day we're going to say, hey, you got to put the guns down and pick up the horseshoes. We got 3 pits. We got a pit for kids. Because a pit is 40 feet. When we throw, it's 40 feet apart.
Oh, wow.
The poles. So we made one 20 feet for the kids so they can throw too.
Oh, that's cool.
And so this is a park, guys. What they're trying to do is they're trying to keep this park for the people and make sure that it's a place you can go, you can be safe at. So check it out. There's a lot more to this story than what we're releasing right now. So you must come. We'll tell you more.
That's
Guys,
right.
we got to go. I'm so sad to say it.
Yeah.
But the saddest thing is wasted talent. Don't waste the gift that God has given you. Go full force and never let fear or intimidation stop you. Buenas noches!
Yeah. Bona knees to you too, Mimi. You guys, we'll be back on again next week. You guys, come check us out, tune in. And we want to thank all the listeners. Drina, thanks for listening in tonight. Girl, I know you was jamming over there. We was rocking. The last 30 minutes, we gave it to the people, you guys.
You did. And good, because, after a while, we want to keep the music going for them. So, Drina, we love you.
Yes, we do, you guys. So we out of here. Peace on the Streets Radio Show.
Woo!
We'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Peace on the Streets.
Peace.
Let's go.